By the way, Zealous, I know we've already started, but have you had issues with Twitch lately?
How so?
Tuesday, I think it was, I started
Yes.
up a...
Sorry. The chat died Tuesday, if I remember correctly, and there was also something going on with someone had problems with, like, connecting, or as far as like the quality of the stream, kind of doing nosedives random. But
Wait, do you stream?
I was watching one of my friends play on Tuesday, and that's what happened. The fucking chat just completely, and we were like, "What the fuck?" Because I was the only one texting him, and he was like, "What? I didn't see any of your messages." I was like, "What?" And yeah.
For me, it was, I started up my stream, but the hosting did not stop.
Oh, that's weird.
No, it's working now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've started using the /unhost just to make sure now. But I went for an hour before the person I was hosting stopped streaming, and that whole time I'm sitting here like, well, usually I at least have one person talking with me, not complete silence.
So yeah, I've had a few things going on. One, Blue Dude is right. There was that Azeroth or Blue Dude? Sorry.
Blue Dude is the name. Azeroth is character.
Yeah, Blue Dude's 100% right. It was, chat did die on, I think it was the day. I know that my Monday stream had some glitches in the upload, in the audio from the upload. Like, again, everything was going fine during stream, and there were some glitches in the upload. And I also know that in Twitch Sing Monday, I had to get rid of half of my open duets because glitches carried over into the actual upload of the duet, and you couldn't sing with it at all, which is a shame because that's when I did my drag stream.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah, there's a a number of Sings friends that were a bit disappointed because I did a couple songs just for them and they were included in they went, wow. So it was very unfortunate. I also have one friend who's given Mixer a try. And Mixer, you can do a 10K upload. It looked fan-freaking-tastic.
I just wonder, for the whole Mixer thing, I just wonder how long it's going to last. Because you know how when new things pop up, they try to do a lot of things to draw everyone in, and then after a while, they're like, well, it's time to get rid of some things.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the two things that I think are interesting with Mixer right now, one is their chat system incentivizes people to chat with. Like, you can get bonus, so basically when you're in somebody's chat, you get points. As you get points, you level up, and this is across your account. And as you level up, it gives you different emotes that you can use, different reaction spam, different things that you can have pop up on stream. As part
They're
of
cutting it out.
No.
It's like every couple of seconds, just randomly in a word, stop.
Fine for me.
I'm hearing it too.
All right, so here, I'll get a little closer to the mic then. But yeah, so they have stuff that incentivizes people to hang out and chat and actually talk with you. When you get you get points for hanging out and chat. This is across the platform though. It's not just for the individual streamer. And so when you're hanging out in somebody's chat, the longer you chat, you unlock emotes that you can use in chat. So like Twitch, they have the core emotes. In this one, they have some like really high quality cartoon ones. From there, what I have seen by hanging out and some of my friends who've tried going over to Mixer is the randos who pop in aren't just lurking while they're there. They want points to get more emotes. So people actively chat more than I've seen in Twitter or in Twitch.
Yeah.
Also, Zealous did leave out this little fact where actually using those emotes costs the same currency that you not rank up with, but costs currency to emote.
Yeah, it costs currency to use them. But you
So
have to
you
have to use them.
You can emote.
No.
But you have to, again, if you use them, you also get bonus points for that chat too. You may not, it might be 100 points for you to use it.
It's healthy. It's healthy contest for between those two companies now.
Yeah. I think.
Twitch
like
is said Mixer's gonna take over.
Oh my god. Anyways, it's healthy competition, and I'm glad. In this situation, one of my friends tried to compare it to what they're doing with like Steam versus whatever the other company is, and the thing I told him is that
games.
Epic. And I was like, the difference between that is that Mixer seems to have things on it that make it a good platform still, while Epic just thinks that if we make everyone, focus on our product by making things exclusive, fortunately, I'm sorry.
Well, the only thing I use Epic for is they give away 2 free games, is it a month or a week?
Yeah, but they still have a ways to go. If they just update some small things and added a few things here and there, I think they would have more than enough room to be like, hey, we're viable. We don't have to force people into our platform by making it exclusive.
But I mean, like I said, I've thought about taking some of the more like the less I streamed Shadowrun last night. Like I love the game, I love the setting. And I don't think if it was for some streamer friends who popped in and hung out with me that I probably would have stuck around like 1 viewer or 0 viewers the whole time. And part of me wants to say when I feel like playing that kind of game, it would probably benefit me to go over to Mixer just because, there might be a smaller audience, but I know the folks who come in are incentivized to chat and talk. And that makes it a little more exciting and entertaining to me. That it's it gives me a chance to get in on some extra growth. Also, Mixer doesn't have the exclusivity contract that Twitch does. So as an affiliate on Twitch, you have to hold on to your content for 24 hours on Twitch before you can post it anywhere else. So you can't do multi-channel live stream. Mixer doesn't have that. So you can actually go in and I could stream on Mixer, Steam, YouTube, using using an app or two within Streamlabs OBS, and get a much broader cast of potential viewers than just a single than just saying Twitch and it's exclusive for 24 hours. So there's definitely some interesting advantages. It's just you don't have the viewership that Twitch does. Mm-hmm. But then again, if you don't have the viewership, that means it's a smaller pool for you to possibly be a big splash in. It's just
not anymore.
It's not too big a thing, and no offense, a lot of people already know about it thanks to them doing the whole promotion with what's his face.
Yeah, Ninja. Yeah, but again, even then, if you get in, so again, they're going to get Ninja, but as people are going to be going over there, you're also going to be getting viewers flooding over there too. So
yeah. Not to mention, think it's Twitch group. I mean, not Discord group. Usually, people have been. I think one of the Discord groups, one of the people I've been, advertise, hey, I'm going to be doing it over there. If you guys would, trying out with me, yada yada.
Yeah,
that's a good way to start.
So I think it's an interesting opportunity right now. If you decided to take it, even if it was to take one day and move it over there, I think it opens a lot of possibility. But that's just my opinion.
What's his appeal?
Don't ask. It's just a guy who streams one game and got popular for it.
He got noticed by a celebrity, as I understand it.
Well, before he even got noticed by a celebrity, he still had hundreds of thousands. He still had thousands of viewers.
Yeah, he was already well popular and well known. Just celebrity status. Celebrity pimping your name out every once in a while. Get you more.
Yeah, once Drake hung out with him and wanted to play with the best Fortnite player, and got Ninja involved, then he really started popping with popularity. And started making somewhere in the neighborhood of about $500,000 a month.
Yep.
Which, from what I understand, Microsoft offered him to go over has to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about $1 million a month, from what I understand. So I can't blame them. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I'd have said fuck yes.
I don't think they did it
Microsoft
per
sponsor
month,
me!
but I think it was probably a one-time sign-on thing.
It's a major sign-on thing. And
Oh yeah, I would absolutely
I
love
think-
that.
There was there's a couple channels I was a couple Discords I was watching, and a couple of folks know people who are partnered, and that was one of the things they said is that it was probably a 2-year agreement is what they were putting out there for folks who might be interested.
Yeah, they don't want to try to do the whole like gamer thing where you say, "Hey, for this 1 month, play our game or play this game a week early, get our stream up." Like,
Yep.
ah,
It looks like we're live.
Yep, we are ready to start. Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Fists of Furry Dungeons and Dragons. I will turn it over to our illustrious Mahal.
Nice job thinking of a title there. I am all in here. I will be your dungeon master today. The group is currently in the midst of investigating elemental cultist activities. They have finally left the Fane of the Eye for the present, a section of subterranean caverns in the Underdark entryway, and have entered the Howling Caves. Deciding to avoid how did you phrase it, sentient thunderstorm, they instead pounded their way through a cursed zone of breathlessness, discovered a glowing pool of crystalline blue water, and the sarcophagus of some ancient feline humanoid. You are presently standing atop the stone pillar the sarcophagus rests upon. Its surface, once again, is covered in what you have identified as a simplistic dialect of Celestial, though none of you can read it. You have recovered a number of items, both from the drow who succumbed to the curse that you passed through earlier, and the sarcophagus before you. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, or points they would like to bring up before we begin?
was there put in my inventory before we ended it?
Everything is in your inventory, assuming I remember to put the elven chain in, which I don't remember actually. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Can I have a hug?
Being an ephemeral being of pure might and storytelling, I am unable to give you a hug, unless you would like one of the mushroom creatures that you bypass to come and give you one.
Only if there's no negative effects.
Oh, okay, so technically it's not a mushroom creature or a myconid, as they are called. It would more likely be one of the Grell that dragged Elysian up to the cavern ceiling, but
Can we not?
I can offer it. I will make it appear directly above you, and you can have a nice slimy hug.
No, thank you.
That's not the kind of hug I want!
It has grapple mechanics and everything. I mean, that's practically a super hug.
Let's just not say we did.
I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. I either do it or I don't. So
Nay, I say, let's go onward to the cave. Yeah. To the east. Right.
I would be scouting ahead.
It's correctly. It's still dark in these halls. Not halls. Well, don't know what else to call it. Cave. Way.
Nim will go up to Tato and get up on his hind legs and the best hug he can manage.
Hug the Tato.
Nim, you smell it.
What, dog?
I mean,
You're a
He'll-
stinky boy.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're a stinky, smelly boy, aren't you? Yes, you are.
he understands what you're saying.
He'll
I don't think-
whimper
Probably shouldn't
and
call him that.
walk off.
That only works for the ones that don't understand human language, or common. You know.
It was me in real life who wanted a hug, not Tato in the game.
Oh, you got what you got. So everybody crossing back over the submerged stone bridge and traversing the caverns in the east, correct?
I'll give a small prayer for the warrior in his grave and then make my leave.
I don't know that you could call him a warrior, given that they were carrying a warlock-only item, but okay.
Hey, they were fighters. Church don't discriminate. Or at least the war church.
Should I clarify a warlock-only magical item and a dagger that belongs to assassins by default? Yes.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I mean, that's practically the antithesis of a honorable warrior right there. Yeah. Magic and backstabbing.
Well, I forgot about the daggers. You win that argument.
But Elysium, do recall that you have that dagger now. I don't think you have 3 bonded items yet, so next time you take a rest, you can choose to bond that.
I am definitely going to bond that.
All right. As you proceed into the dock cavern to the east, the walls are worn smooth by thin trickles of water that flow down them. A small rivulet winds along the middle of the floor. Obviously, the source of the majority of the water in the subterranean lake you just passed through. Azeroth, I assume you are providing the primary light for the party as usual. Is there any other party order or strategy you would like to instigate now?
I still say I stand in the middle, so that way there's, some source of light around the front and behind us.
Should probably be on the lookout for things like traps.
You can look out for traps too while the light is up. But yes, and
okay, Xelos getting ahead again.
Yes, Crickets is sneaking ahead.
Yep,
I believe I put it in a stealth roll.
You did. How far ahead are you ranging from the group?
I am going past their radius of light.
Okay. Azeroth, your light has a radius of 30 feet.
Right.
20 foot for strong light, 10 foot for dim. People with low light vision can see 60 feet. Please remember that every square on this map is 10 feet.
Everyone's within range then.
Xenos, if you range ahead, you will eventually come to a split in the path. I'll reveal a little bit more for you. One path heads to the north and the other to the south.
I think I'll explore a little bit to the south.
Okay. Give me a perception check, if you would. From the south, you're picking up a strong wind blowing into the cavern. Depending on how far ahead you range, it smells
subscriber arrives.
as though it's somewhat fresher. Thank you for the subscription.
Subscribe.
And even though you are, currently with us.
Hey,
anyway, it smells
I am okay with that. Thank you, Zealous.
Hey, my
not quite outside air fresh, but whatever this is coming from is much closer to the surface.
That's to the south?
That's to the south.
Let's go a little bit to the north.
Okay, to the north appears to be at least a portion of where that wind is blowing, a fair bit of it. The stronger gust is traveling back to the west, towards the lake. The north, however, quickly ends with a dead end.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go back. I'll go back to the party and...
Just a moment. Since it is a new search, I would like a new perception check from you if you're examining it at all.
Yeah. Boop.
You don't notice anything in particular.
Okay.
Stronger wind going from south to north, and then a lesser gust traveling to the west.
Yeah, I'll just go back. I'll just inform them like, okay, it looks like the path splits up ahead. One part to the north, one part to the south. From what I can tell, the path to the north comes to a dead end. But if we head south, I believe there might be a exit or maybe a hole that leads to some fresh air. You know, that kind of thing.
Did you feel up any of the walls?
I am not that kind of man. Thank you very much.
Oh my god.
I was waiting for that.
I'm mad I saw it coming too. Anyways.
But
Ditto,
no,
this is
no.
I.
If you wish to search some more details from there, I would leave that to somebody who's a bit more capable than I. I'm quite sneaky, and can get through this area and see in the dark. But however, looking for such hidden things is not quite my forte. But so far, I did not see any beasts or monsters waiting to attack us or suck our blood.
Well, we have a ways to go to get there, so let's move that direction.
Okay, party heading to the intersection with intent of moving northward.
Tato's going to like put his hand on the wall right.
Tato and Elysian, since it looks like you were the first two there, go ahead and give me perception checks. Tato, you can give me an investigation if you would prefer.
We should probably move a little closer up in this direction. I have the light.
Regardless, does his hand phase through the wall?
Oh, no, your hand doesn't particularly phase through the wall.
Okay, not an illusion.
Elysian, do you want to give me a perception?
Yep. Perception. One that I have bonus. Whoops, sorry. Getting used to anything. Forgot tower.
Yeah, I forgot to roll in the tower too, but I'm not.
Well, I mean, if you'd remembered to, I might have given you a second roll, but as things stand, and Tato, you move to the far northern wall, but before you can really begin your inspection, the rest of the group comes up behind you. And you are all quite thoroughly surprised when a slight noise behind you presages the attack of a creature. And it looks a little like what is happening to this poor ogre.
Oh, joy.
You know, I think I know someone that's actually interested in these things.
Tato just says, "Sup?"
Well, I mean, that's not going to do much good. We are starting with the black pudding.
Why is it on top of me? Cry.
Because
Oh
you're the
no! Why a black?
No, stay right there. It's engulfed you.
Great.
This isn't the first time you've been engulfed by a pudding, too.
You know what? Shut up and get me out of it.
Or it melts his equipment.
I wonder why he had always been chewing on some swamp weeds. He uses that as an air pipe for when the pudding consumes him. Very wise.
Unfortunately, Azeroth, though the pudding glorps down from the ceiling right behind you, splashing you with a little bit of acid damage, you manage to stumble away from its main pseudopod attack. Initiative rolls, please.
Okay. I suppose I will go eat the dessert.
Don't eat black pudding.
It's not good for
But
anything.
Eating black pudding is...
If you're ever going to listen to me, now is the time to listen to me. Don't eat black pudding.
And don't eat black mold, either.
You know what? If it's
So
black,
I wouldn't
don't
need
get general.
mold.
Yeah, that's the thing. This thing has the name of pudding.
Yeah, it's dessert.
Yes.
Well, Nem, it is your turn first.
At least
Top of
it's
the
not
initiative.
This is not called a flan.
Then we'll charge and eat.
No.
All
You
right,
are
charge and
Don't.
eat.
gonna hurt yourself, man.
Oh god.
Don't learn the hard way, guys. They always learn the hard way.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess you
that's
will.
a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh well. Tried warning him.
Okay. You take acid damage as the form of it spills back into your mouth and splashes across your face.
Yeah.
Fortunately, with your quick snap, it was only 1 point.
You're gonna take the enamel off your teeth. You're gonna have a bunch of doggy cavities. It's gonna be torture, man.
That's how you know that pudding's delicious.
No,
It rots your teeth.
don't encourage it.
Was it
Oh,
spicy?
Passing.
Oh my.
Not good dessert.
No, not good dessert. Black Pudding decides that you look far more tasty, lacking, armor. And it's going to, well, actually, no, you have armor, but you're not wearing the adamantine, heavy, bulky plate that Azeroth is. Fortunately for you, its pseudopod strikes over your back. It doesn't quite hit. Crickets!
All right, crickets will rush up to the creature. So
I don't think
10,
touching it's a good idea.
20, 30, 40. Making sure to angle himself where his two friends are not going to be in the splash. And he harnesses a feast of unbroken air and hurls the sphere of air at the creature. Now I have to remember how to pull this. There we go. Oh.
That was a failure.
All right. Unless I'm going up to full 3 key.
Am I
Bam.
supposed to assume unbroken air isn't some sort of play for not farting?
Hey, with his monk's discipline, he can always hold it in.
Ding, 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 ding. Congratulations. You're the 2.5 millionth person to make that joke. Tell him what he's won.
It was a question, not a joke.
You
good
have
news
won
is
the
I-
direct ire of every black pudding in the room.
I was inquiring, cry.
I also can create wind whenever I wish as well.
Oh, sure, then I'll make a fuss when you do it if I were.
Right,
Oh.
Elysian, it is your turn.
I know that I don't want to directly attack the black pudding, otherwise I might get some broken equipment. I'm definitely not using my unbreakable arrows on it.
Are they
What
not-
are my...
By definition, unbreakable?
Yes.
Yeah, but then he'd have to recover them. And that would just be...
Yeah,
Disgusting.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Just-
basically don't want to risk it.
Well, you got regular arrows, right?
So, what would my options be? Could probably assist somebody else, but I don't really have an ability to draw its attention away.
Don't you have regular arrows?
I still do have my regular arrows. That's actually a good idea.
It's the third person that asked you that question.
Sorry.
Oh, yes, that'll hit.
And then boop, boop, nope. Then boop, plus boop. There we go.
Sehr gut.
All right, it looks like you've actually chipped away at a fair bit of it there. Tato, your turn.
Alright. Tato is going to scope out his prey. You know, with Slayer's prey. Or was it Hunter Sense? I forget now. The one that tells you the resistances and stuff.
Aha. And since that one always auto succeeds, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it is immune to acid, cold, lightning, and slashing attacks, as well as a number of conditions. Blinded, charmed, deafened. You don't think you can frighten it, and it has no form to make prone.
Thank you. Tato goes in with his magical spear and strikes the monster through.
Through its pseudopod?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, it is vulnerable to bashing damage. Why don't you give it the headbutt?
Because that would be shoving my face in acid.
No, your hair. Your
That would
beautiful
be
hair.
shoving my hair in acid.
I've seen your hair deflect swords.
I mean, he has a point there, but kind of have a point too.
I mean, if you shove it, you won't have to deal with it grabbing stuff.
I just pictured Azeroth picking up Tato and fucking Zangief style pile driving him into the pudding.
Alright,
Oh,
I
God.
need a failed. I need a fumble card. Piercing. Melee.
Critical failure. Split a seam. A piece of clothing or armor you are wearing, decided by the GM, is damaged. On every subsequent attack roll, there is a 25% chance that the item will split further.
Oh, we know what we have to do for that. And Tato, you rear back to lunge with your spear, and its pseudopod twists to the side like the squirmy amorphous blob that it is. You overreach, and the seam at the back of your pants splits open, revealing your pink heart checkered underwear to the world.
Oh.
So I take it I'm going to have a disadvantage on dexterity rolls. I'm gonna have like lower halved movement speed.
Well, I mean, technically, it's just the back of your pants.
Wait.
Yeah, but
Wait.
my pants are around my ankles.
What's
Not quite, but it is definitely making your movement more awkward.
Tato, what's your wife's name again?
Lily Proudhoof.
Property of Proudhoof.
Oh, yes, but that's branded onto his ass. He still has underwear. If you look closely, which I don't know why you would, you could probably see the outline of it.
Hey, Mahal, we've got a roundabout ethereal influence. Let me know
Yeah,
if
I
you
was
approve or
hoping-
not.
I was hoping for someone to say I roll inspection on Tato's ass.
Oh no.
Well, this came in just in time, Tato.
Oh, let me hear
As
it.
you straighten up and trying to cover the back of your pants, you feel a rumbling deep within you. It bubbles, it rises, and then you involuntarily emit a very loud, very rude belch. It is perhaps the longest belch you have ever belched in your entire life. It echoes throughout the cavern, and even the amorphous pseudopods who can't hear pause to look at you.
At least excuse yourself. Gosh.
Oh
You're
my
in the middle
god.
of combat. Can you not control yourself, sir?
I have no.
I'm never inviting you to a feast.
Tato, it's like It's like he burped so hard that he lost like his breath. He has to catch his breath. It's just.
And in fact, as you're trying to stifle this belch, you close your mouth and, it continues through your nose. The desiccated corpse of a blueberry pops out from the force of the nose belch you unleash.
Of a blueberry?
Of a blueberry. Looks like it was once baked into a pie.
Oh my god! It got stuck.
All right, if you are finished embarrassing yourself even further, please pass the turn to Silver.
No way, I can keep embarrassing myself. It's great.
Well, Silver's got nothing he can do here.
Can't you cast anything range-wise?
He's got wintry breath, but that would be a cone. Or cold breath.
Hit all of them.
Just hit it from the side. Stand in front of Zelos and launch it. It won't hit us. Because each block is 10 something, and I doubt 30.
Oh yeah, that would not hit you guys. Okay.
Aren't you glad I was thinking?
Well, it failed.
God damn.
Silver, go give me a perception check.
Gods be damned. Except mine.
Good roll. Silver's ears kind of slump downward as it realizes its wonderful icy powers had no effect on the black pudding. Its oily surface did not even crackle with a little bit of ice as the cold washed over it.
Well, yeah, he's got nothing to do.
Azeroth.
Seeing as I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to do a soft prayer before throwing my hammer at it. No. I shall throw my hammer at it.
Oh, snap!
Okay, well, Zim pulls out a crit card for you, take an actual step back.
Roll again for damage, right? I mean, not damage.
Yeah, roll again to clear the crit.
And do I roll the damage now or wait?
Wait.
Okay.
Wait for it.
But you need to actually take a step back.
Wait.
You're still in the same place on the map.
How? No, I'm not. Before I was underneath it.
Oh, well, then you're still within range. Okay, that's fine.
Ah, come on.
Except if he moves too far, it's going to give him an attack of opportunity.
You're not wrong, but it just means that a little bit of it splashes back on you.
I got armor.
Yeah, how effective is armor against a big splash of acidic juices?
Well, how good is armor if I still get hit with it acidic juice from back?
What type of damage is it?
Bludgeoning magic.
Soften him up. Double damage, and the target must make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target is disadvantaged until the end of their next turn.
Disadvantage on what?
The puddle
Gross.
of goo.
Although nat 20 to their save, so that's not going to come into anything.
Alright.
But go ahead and right-click to double your damage die, and then roll it on the hit. 2 2s. The pudding jiggles and wobbles, and then it sort of melts down into the stream of water that fills the middle of the cavern, slowly
no fair.
washing away.
No fair.
What, you wanted loot?
No,
Azeroth.
I wanted to throw my hammer again.
Azeroth, a very good throw. You gave that pudding its just desserts.
I swear you were waiting to use that one the entire time. Ugh.
If you are finished, though, please pass the initiative.
I feel like the this
But
would
it's not
be the
there?
better time
Question
for
mark.
putting to just.
Did anyone
us.
perhaps notice that that was named Black Pudding 3?
Correct.
Oh, I did, but I didn't want a metagame.
I appreciate that.
What about the
Dropping down from the ceiling behind Silver,
How does mine?
another black pudding squirms its way into the fight. Nobody looked up, by the way. I find that very disappointing. Silver, with his quick reflexes, manages to dodge the striking pseudopod. Elysian, can you do the same as another one falls down conveniently behind you? Yes, you can.
I have one small question
No,
about whether or not.
two more foes we have arrived for you to chew upon.
No, he did learn his lesson from the last one.
You sure? I mean, these ones might have a better flavor to them. That first one was an early dropper, after all.
He's,
No, he's learned his lesson.
I would like to bring up that my turn really have to end before those two drop down.
Well, you've taken a movement and a standard, and I give you a chance to do something else.
Like, well, I can't bonus attack the air. Oh well.
Not really, no.
Fine.
He'll stand back and fire. Actually,
You
that's
hit?
an advantage.
Well, I mean, you hit, but yes.
Well,
That
yeah,
one-
but there's always a chance for crit.
You're not wrong.
Maybe that'll do something? I have no idea.
Maybe that'll do something.
Every little
You
bit
want
helps.
a perception check to see if it did any good?
If you would like to make one, by all means. As far as you can tell, that was perfectly effective.
Okay.
Or at least it jerked back and a portion of it burned away. Crickets.
Alright, since it worked so well the first time, we are going to repeat the process. I will put my hands together, and I'll use another Feast of Unbroken Air as I shout the warp battle cry to focus my chi. Kamehameha!
Oh my god.
Well,
Nerd.
it succeeded on the save, but you still dealt damage.
Kamehameha. What sort of monk gibberish would that be?
The kind where they
obscure
stand around
reference
for
kind.
3 hours before actually doing anything.
just wait before I try my next ability, Solar Flare.
Elysian, there is a big amorphous blob directly behind you.
And I'm going to make it very much not behind me by employing the best strategy. Running away.
Okay, are you taking a full withdraw action?
Yeah.
But as a rogue, you can do that as a bonus. Right.
And turning around and plonking one of my arrows into its face.
Fine, go ahead.
Or its blob. Since I guess blobs don't have a face.
Well, oddly enough, that hits.
Oh, that is odd.
I mean, it's an amorphous blob. What do you want?
Did I accidentally use ice?
You did, but it still hit.
Okay. Well, I don't get sneak attack on it, just make sure you give it back those 10 points. Whoops.
Oh, that was damage, you're right. No, that you did a 2-hit with your sneak attack that you set up as a weapon.
Yes.
So basically, you just hit it with the arrow.
I hit it with the arrow this time.
So, yeah, damage was applied properly.
Okay.
If you're
Welcome to
finished,
the-
pass your turn to Taito.
Welcome to the stream where I keep messing up my rolls again.
Hey, at least it's not lockpicking this time.
Oh god.
Tato, you have a rip in the blush upon your face, but you are still in the fight.
Tato will take his time to pull up his pants.
Well, they're not down. They just have a big split down the back.
Oh.
Oh god,
that's
all I
right.
can.
Bother
Your
me
belt
all
is still
day.
holding it up. It's just flapping with the breeze, if you will.
All I can think of right now is SpongeBob episode.
Let's ignore that and continue on with Dungeons and Dragons, which is not childish.
You know what? Fine. Whatever. I'm gonna stab you to death. Even
Okay,
more.
using the Spear with Reach.
Yep.
Well, you hit,
Both?
and you hit. And because you are using Reach, you are outside of range of the backsplash.
And I'm gonna use Slayer's. And then that's my turn.
Silver will disengage and run back here.
All right.
Play about here.
Azeroth.
Darn it. You know what? 50 feet, I believe, was the thing with this hammer again, if I throw it.
You would be within your range, yes.
Okay, that's what to say. Well, you know which one I'm going for first then. Let's go hammer to the fist.
Well, that hits. Roll
That's
for
all right.
damage.
Boop.
The
And
hammer
just like-
returns to your hand, smoking slightly with acid, but otherwise you are unaffected.
and I return it with another throw. Because kind of nasty. I want to shake off the first, honestly.
Okay, hit, roll for the damage again. Same attack, same damage each time. Well done.
That feels weird. Anyways. And I shake it vigorously to get the rest of that gook off.
Well, Black Pudding 1 didn't like being burned. It's going to look forward a few feet and strike out with its delicious-looking pseudopod at the wolf in front of it. It hits. Then would you like to trigger your armor special effect?
Well, yeah.
Well, do it.
As soon as I find it. Boom.
Well, it definitely failed the save, so. Black Pudding number 2 doesn't quite have the range to reach Elysian, but it does have reach of the traditional variety, so it still strikes out with one of its lengthened crap. And then can I get a fumble for a bludgeoning natural attack melee?
Tender. Half damage on your next attack.
Apparently it overreached, trying to reach the wolf, and its pseudopod is a little stretched out now. Nimota.
He will growl. And you know what? How does this work again? Ah, yes, perfect. He will cast Beam directly on Black Pudding 1.
You cut out for what you're actually casting, but
Moonbeam.
aha.
Oh, here was you cast. It's actually a really fun to code.
And that will be it.
All right. Rolling the Constitution saving throw on their turns. Crickets.
All right. Crickets will, since he has somewhat exhausted his key, is going to pull the quarterstaff and attempt to strike the beast with the quarterstaff. I will not be taking my my bonus attack because I believe that has to be an unarmed monk attack, correct? Or can I attack with my monk weapon using? Hello?
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Having never played a monk in 5th edition, I can't actually tell you. It does have to be unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be doing my bonus action as an unarmed strike. I'm just gonna be using my 2 attacks with quarterstaff.
All
I
right.
have seen what that thing does, and I do not want to get acid burn on my paws. I use them.
All righty. You hit.
Just one
Sneeze.
hit or 2?
And you hit.
Okay. Yes! Maximum damage. Yes! Minimum damage.
All right.
And then I would
As
end my turn
you-
after two strikes.
I'm gonna scurry just a wee bit out more from its way. I'm going to use the
just a
correct
moment,
die.
Alex. I have
Oh.
a few other things. I missed another hit.
Oh.
Just a moment. So, crickets, as you swing your quarterstaff at the creature, it does still splash acid on you. You take 6 points for striking it.
Oh no!
Additionally, your quarterstaff is now smoking and pitted on both ends where you hit it.
Oh my.
You have at this point a -2 penalty on all damage rolls made with the weapon.
Okay.
I'm applying that myself here. Now you may go, Elysium.
Okay. Well, I already rolled my... Well, I don't want to get splashed by stuff, so I'm going to stay far away from them.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
Not dying?
Nah.
Well, I'm not a psycho who wants to kill all of his players.
You're a psycho, though.
This is true.
I mean, that is the goal of every dungeon master ever.
No, there could be some out there that want to, pimp their story more than...
I hit right.
We
No,
will
Dungeons and
fools, we don't count
Dragons.
them.
Dungeons and Dragons is D, with the illusion of PvE.
Exactly right. Well phrased. Elysian, if that is your turn, go ahead and pass the
Well-
initiative to Tato.
I suppose
hit?
it's more PvG.
Tato did his attack ever land? We don't know.
I assume yes, because I rolled a 11, but...
Oh, no, you're right, you did hit. For some reason I was thinking you'd missed. Apologies. I did say you hit, and I thought you'd already rolled the damage.
Nope, I didn't roll the damage.
But
now I rolled
when
it.
I said you did, not after I said you did.
But
So Taylor, what is your job?
plonking another arrow that probably melts.
Oh yeah, so you can actually see the arrow hiss, sizzle, and dissolve within its form.
I am glad that my magic is weapon and therefore holy. Right.
Surprisingly, that hits, and so does that. As you strike the black pudding with your spear, it also quivers, shimmers, and then begins to dissolve into the streamlet of water, washing away into the glowing lake behind you. Behind being relative to your travels.
I'm gonna need to clean my spear after this.
Oh, yes, it is also covered in steaming acid. If you are finished with your turn,
I'm not. I'll use my Slayer's Prey on Black Pudding 2, and that'll be it.
Alright, you pass to Silver.
Oh, hello. Oh crap, I forgot to do the moonbeam on the
Moonbeam effects on their turn, not yours.
Oh, did it die before its turn came up?
Yep.
Yes, they were last in the initiative. One had a 3, the other a -1.
Unfortunately, moon prism power had no effect on the core.
Okay, cool. I am moving forward, and I'm gonna pet me a dog. Pet me a 4-legged person. I'm going to pet him so hard.
Oh my.
Or at least pet him a lot. Oh wait, if it'll let me pull it up. There we go. Yeah. Where's your picture at? There we go. Boop. There you go. All the pets. You did good. Now don't bite it again, or else I'm not healing you. Fair warning. There.
Okay, healing achieved for Nim Otar Bone Chomp.
Look at that.
Black Pudding 2 still wants its dinner and squirms closer to Elysian before striking out with its pseudopod.
You. Elysian, why did you win?
Finally, a hit.
No!
There we go.
I deny your hit.
Near minimum damage, only 16.
Yes! Wait, what?
It's not enough to kill you.
Your skin burned. Remember, it had half damage on the attack, so only 16.
You lucked
That's
out.
still a lot for a rogue.
Why did you run that direction?
Your skin burns as the acid strikes your flesh. Nim Otar, you are feeling much better yourself. But Elysian is now probably whimpering in pain.
Very much so.
Well, I suppose I will move my beam on top of Black Pudding 2. And that'll be all.
Alright.
Alright, Crickets will move up, and with the steaming remains of his bow staff, will attempt to, or his quarterstaff will attempt to strike the creature again.
That's a hit. And a hit. Roll for the damage.
Oh, yeah. You will feel ashamed at the lack of damage.
But damage is still damage. You yourself take a little bit of acid backsplash. Elysian, that hurt, but it is now your turn.
Run away from the... Ow.
Okay, that is a hit.
This time I get sneak attack.
One, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice roll.
Yay.
Terrible round. We should all feel ashamed of ourselves.
If you are finished, pass the round to Tato.
Tato, kill it.
Okay, I'll kill it.
Thank you. Your best seal friend.
Terlix, I told you earlier, change your icon.
You're welcome, Grandpa. It's a good thing my spear is magical.
Oh, icon.
Amazingly
Icon's
enough,
correct.
Tato, that first strike hits.
Wow.
Since you actually managed to get close to it, I will tell you now, AC 7. You damage the monstrosity, and thanks to your reach weapon, are not yourself splashed with acid. Well done.
Thank you.
Wait, I'm within range for Thorn where I'm at, right? 2 square, 3 square, yep, 4 square. I will now launch my hammer. Whee!
Well, that hits.
Huzzah! Damage 1. Boop. 4. Do I need to throw this thing again and show it who's boss?
Well, I mean, it's still up, so
Yeah.
probably.
I was hoping it would, kind of keel over on its own. Oh, well, one more time. Oof.
No, it's rather disinclined to do so.
And that is all I can do to this bad boy for now. Because Elysian is too far away to heal.
I'll be fine
Okay,
for
if
like
so,
one more
pass
round.
Initiative. The Black Pudding saves on its Constitution and takes half damage. It cannot reach Elysian from where it is, so it instead turns its attention to crickets. Being the closest prey available.
With it.
Oh, that hits.
Oh my.
It strikes at you, and you can't quite dodge back fast enough and take 19 points of combined bludgeoning and acid damage.
Oof.
Nim Otar Bone Chomp.
Well, since he doesn't have to move the moonbeam again. Rawr.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit. It is still up.
Alright, now let it stay up as long as the moonbeam will kill it.
Really want to kill it via moonbeam.
Nothing necessarily says the moonbeam will kill it. And Cricket, your turn. You hold in your hands the steaming remnants of your cultist staff.
Just throw it at him and call it a day.
I think I've got 2 more good attacks with this, and then it will be utterly useless. I shall use them since I've already taken plenty of acid damage from this creature.
Aren't you happy that what is all about?
Ah!
Well, don't bother rolling that second attack, because 1, you just critted. 2, it has 2 hit points left, and 3, as you strike it with the quarterstaff, it snaps. The acid-eaten ends almost crumpling away from your hands. Then we need a bludgeoning melee crit.
For
A
crickets.
bludgeoning melee attack.
Sorry, there's 2 different decks for players and GMs.
For crickets.
And, yeah.
You give them the black pudding as
bludgeoning.
its turnip. And
90 double damage, and the target must make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target is knocked unconscious. Though I've got the feeling it's immune to that.
actually, it's not, but given that it will die within minimum damage that crickets can deal.
Can you
Crickets,
draw one
don't forget
cricket?
to roll another attack to clear the crit, and then double the dice.
Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Boop. Do-do-do.
With the force of this blow, instead of simply quivering and dissolving into the water, you splatter the black pudding against the cave wall behind you, and it makes a rather interesting splatter pattern as it eats away at part of the stone before dissolving away. I'm going to call that cave art.
Do we find a magical item within the crevice that was just revealed? The hidden crevice that holds
know
the
what?
shadows of life?
I will allow you a percentile roll. If you manage to make it high enough, I'll give you something.
Ooh.
Not my type of roll. Someone else do percentiles. I know.
Congratulations, though. All black pudding within sight, at least, have been defeated. No.
I'll burn a luck.
Find what looks like it might have been a fossil, but it dissolves more quickly than the rock around it, so
I'll use a luck.
I will allow it.
Oh.
No!
Actually, I like 4s. 4s are wonderful numbers. Let me just pull up something here. Give me a minute.
I would like to use my random luck. Well,
Well, I consider what this will reveal. The rest of you decide what you are doing next. A number of you are at rather low health presently.
I will, Crickets will take out a couple potions and have a drink. Do I just move my potion, like my little thing onto my character?
I don't think the potions here have an auto roll, so you'll just need to roll the damage and apply the healing automagically.
It's
If you'd like to
2d4
take a
plus
short
2.
rest, remember that you can spend your hit dice to heal yourselves.
I think that might be best for all of us.
I think so.
Yeah, potions are more of an in the combat.
Okay.
Let's go over here, away from where all these things were, and rest
Tato's
here.
gonna scan the ceiling as he walks.
Now, how many rolls do you get for healing?
Go to your
You can use as many
I'm
hit
sorry.
dice as you have.
Okay.
But keep in mind that you only get them back half of them per long rest.
I am going to use my potion of greater healing on myself and add 4 to that.
Why are you using a potion? We just established Okay.
Can I not use the potion then?
It's your character. Do what you want.
Cry if you want
Were you
to
paying
cry.
attention?
I was paying attention. My first thought was just to use the potion. My second thought was to use hit dice.
Then you weren't paying attention because we literally said that you shouldn't do that. You should just use hit dice.
Didn't pay attention to that part.
Wah, wah. Oh yeah, during this short rest, I'm gonna go ahead and offer to sharpen anyone's non-magical.
Rapier. Please. Thank you.
I use a pool cue. Here you go.
Nim will go up and open his fangs wide. Or will open his mouth wide.
Tato,
If you'll recall, we allowed you to have the same effect by thoroughly brushing your teeth.
yes.
Oh, I know.
I'm just reminding the rest of them, they can't sharpen it with a whetstone, they have to actually get up close to you with toothpaste and a toothbrush.
Wait, Nim has his mouth open for a potion?
No,
No.
he's waiting for me to brush his teeth.
Ah,
You know,
very good. Very good.
I have to clean his mouth anyway after chomping down on acid creature.
I approve of the
You got
teeth brushing.
burns in your mouth, man.
I approve of the teeth brushing.
It was a bad
Can't
dessert.
This is how much I approve.
New subscriber arrives. It fills you with
Holy
determination.
Zelos.
Get that new emote, my friend.
Arrives.
We all need more
Fills you with
emotes.
Determination.
We are gonna get spammed with, like,
A new subscriber arrives.
I am okay with this.
God.
Determination.
This is fantastic.
Oh
Thank
God.
you so
A
much.
new subscriber arrives.
5 years later.
It fills you with determination.
Seriously, what's happening right now?
Go.
Someone explain.
Zealous is basically giving everybody a
Praise the sub.
subscription to Zim's streams.
I did a sub
Oh,
bomb.
thanks. That's awesome.
Our modest fellowship expands.
5
Praise
years
the sub.
later.
Nope,
Our
it's
modest
not done
fellowship
yet.
Expands. Praise the sub.
Okay, so for the next
New
8 hours,
subscriber arrives. It fills you
okay,
with
first off, your mouth
determination.
is now cleaned out of any of that acid, and for the next 8 hours, add a +1
Our modest
non-magical
fellowship
bonus to
expands.
your
Praise the
bite,
sub.
attack, and damage. You know, as if they were
Our
sharp.
modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
Alright, what was that?
Praise the sub.
Well, no, I heard that, but... Tato.
He
Need
said
to
you get a
repeat
magical
myself?
+1
Okay.
to all bite
Non-magical.
Meaning it will stack with the +1 bonus you get from your bow.
You know,
Your bow
Isaac...
could be sharpened, which it actually isn't.
What? I'm talking to Zim.
Zim, he brushed Zim's teeth.
I've
Zim's
got a
bite
+1.
was-
Yes, to your next damage roll.
And attack. Helps the teeth catch on better.
You know, Isaac, I think that you are correct. I would say that probably at least covers the donation goal.
That's actually a fair point. I have made a note of it and will act accordingly if the party comes across the effect therein. Now, Xenos, as you struck the black pudding, it dissolved a portion of the wall. Enough so that it actually created a small cavity there, instead of draining away into the water and being swept from your sight. As you finish your short rest, the acid pool finishes dissipating, and within the confines of what is now a small bowl-shaped indent, you find a small sparkling crystalline orb lying within the wall.
Quite beautiful. I'll retrieve it from the wall.
It's about the size of a person's eye and is carved to resemble one.
I'll
The
hold it up and
pupil
look through it.
is very slightly slit and almost seems to look at you knowingly.
Hello, I see you too.
This, by the way, is being upgraded due to that subscription tsunami.
Oh.
Subscription tsunami.
It is a magical item, and by picking it up, you will be able to tell that it requires attunement.
Okay. I'll look to my friends and be like, does anyone know how to identify these items?
Zale sneezes somewhere far above you.
Well, I will simply hold on to this until we get the time to get this identified.
Are you sure you don't want me to hold on to it? This backpack can't get any lighter.
Identifying it would simply be an Arcana check.
Well, I'll give it a try.
I'll help him too, even though I'm horrible with Arcana.
Oh, whoops.
Character sheet, wherefore art thou? There we go.
I wish I hadn't dropped that. I dropped away onto the tower. It landed on 20. I'm ashamed.
Well, you rolled a 19 anyway, so...
Well, I'm not helping you anymore. Screw that. Turn around.
That won't be enough to give you the name or history of the item, but you know some of the effects based on things you have seen in the monastery. Monks are very wise people. From what you can tell, it will grant the holder dark vision. In your case, it would expand the range.
Ooh.
Some other bonus to sight that you can't quite identify with that roll. And Zealous, you didn't spend much time interacting with Zale, but you did see him a few times.
Mm-hmm.
It has an effect similar to his dagger. Well attuned to this item, and with it in your possession, you cannot be surprised.
No.
In essence, it acts like a weapon of warning.
Actually, like your puns, we saw them coming a mile away.
Oh, very good.
Oh god.
I do not know. So out of character, I have no idea how attunement works in this system, but I guess whatever that process is, I will be starting to do that.
Attunement is that you just have the item on your possession for a bit. Maybe you.
Well, you
swing it
basically
around
spend an
every time.
hour looking at it and just sort of synchronizing your IME, individual magical effect or aura, with it.
Well, I
It
will
connects
definitely.
to your soul.
I will
basically.
do that. I will do that at the next long wait. Until then, I think I will simply keep it to my pockets.
You have a maximum attunement of 3, but an artificer can push it to 6.
Just so. I believe you are attuned to the ruby cat bell that you received from Lily's father.
Yep. And I've got a ring.
That
Which
ring
I-
of protection, which you
Yeah.
also need to be attuned to. So you have one slot open, I believe.
Yep. So I'll probably add I'll add this item to it. Now, do I have to look
Since
through
you
it?
spent close proximity to the eye, I will allow you to attune to it over this short rest.
Okay. Will I be able to? Do I have to look through it to get the dark vision effect, or just having it on my person?
Actually, it functions similar to an Ioun stone. It orbits you.
Oh. Oh, very good. I become quite sparkly. I like this. I will.
Sparkly monk.
I will playfully swat at it as it goes by, much like cats do with a toy.
Horrible.
So I'll be walking
Okay.
around at random. Sometimes it'll be
curious, am I
fine.
the-
Sometimes I'll be like, "Wow!"
Am I the only one without an attunement item?
You have the hammer for one.
Oh, okay. I guess that works.
So, crickets, this immediately enhances your vision once it begins to orbit your head.
Okay.
You can now see further in the darkness. Your dark vision has extended to 120 feet.
Oh,
Additionally, your perceptions feel sharper. You have advantage on all sight-based perception checks.
Lord. Ooh.
Well, we won't need anyone to follow you anymore. You'll be able to see a mile.
I see everything.
It's a somewhat heady feeling, actually. You feel similar to somebody who has taken a stimulant.
When this one says,
That
let's
kind
take a
of
look,
antsy.
it becomes serious.
Try not to look into any bright lights now you're here.
Somebody casts dazzling lights and instantly I'm in rave mode.
Oh crap!
Gets out laser pointer.
I will add the item to your inventory.
All right.
Actually, since you are was still in that area, give me a quick perception check. Remember that you now have advantage on it.
Sure. Boop.
Oh, that'll do. As you attune to the eye and begin looking around, you can almost see where the air currents are flowing, though you can't actually see them. It's just this heady feeling of I see everything. And you notice that there are some suspicious shadows that they are flowing into at the northern end of that dead end.
I thought I used this stuff. Oops. Yeah.
I guess I'll approach and see if I can see what those shadows are.
On a more personal note, would you be offended if I got rid of the 24 empty slots you have in your inventory?
Why do I have that many empty slots?
I have no idea, but I'm deleting them all.
Yeah, I would not be offended at all. I thought
Taylor?
that was just empty room to put stuff in.
The misadventures of Misclick.
Too many
Okay.
misclicks. Misclicks will kill us all. Down with the misclicks.
Well, more likely, if you hit enter after every item you put into your inventory, it adds that extra line.
Oh. Now I know. And knowing's half the battle.
You're still gonna hit enter.
Alright, if you explore that suspicious formation of shadows, you will actually find a secret entrance. It's very tight space that you can go through. It looks like it extends to whatever lies beyond the wall, but you will probably have to push Azeroth to get him through.
All right. All
Wait,
right.
I'm all the way over here. What?
Yeah, I'll go. We'll come back and just go to the party B. I have found a secret path. I do not know where it goes, but we need to make sure we have somebody with somebody behind Azeroth. It is quite narrow, and I believe that his armor might make it difficult for him to pass through this crevasse.
What if we made it bigger?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well,
Because
I
then
mean,
we risk collapsing it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if Azeroth wished, he could use the hammer and try to widen the path a bit. I think it'd be just easier to have Tato to give him a push. Or do we have any butter? Perhaps we could butter his armor.
I don't think that works that way.
I do.
No, that's probably only if we wanted to get him out of the armor.
Even though I know why the four-legged one would have butter, I don't think butter will work on rocks.
Wait, are you saying? Oh my. But what do you guys think? Shall we go south, or should we see where this path takes us? Any other decisions? What? Hello?
Tato, just be ready to push.
Very well. Through the crevasse.
Oh, we're seriously doing this? Okay.
We're gonna have to push it through.
Nobody said no.
I mean, isn't there a path south of us? I thought. Oh,
Why
Yeah,
don't you
it's
put me through the...
But this one was hidden. You know what that means.
no, super secret passageway.
It's more better.
I mean, that's where the black puddings
Okay.
came from, of course.
Okay. What we're gonna do. Azeroth will go butt first. Tato will push from this side. Elysian will go first and pull on the tail from the other side. And
No.
You don't pull someone's tail, okay?
We do not
What
want to have
kind
a
of
Donald.
monster are you?
Good grief.
We do not want to have a Donald Duck
Tails.
experiment, eh?
it's not-
Although I think the best plan is just to send me through first, and then have me look on what's the other side, and then we can decide if it's worth even trying to get Azeroth through.
But you don't have night dark vision, so I mean,
I have torches, nonetheless.
hmm.
Actually, no, I don't even have torches. I have a bullseye lantern.
Let's let Zealous go through first. See what he sees.
Ooh, excuse
Un momento, por
All right,
favor.
so what is final decision? Scouting ahead with Xelos and
Zealous.
his crystalline eye, or everybody
Zealous goes
piling
first.
through at once with the aid of butter?
Zealous
Uh,
says he can see things. Let him see things, and then we'll go in
Yeah,
after.
I will.
Wait.
I'll sneak through.
One sec.
Hmm.
This is just a thing that gives you dark vision, isn't it?
I get some assistance to perception checks or to visual perception checks as well.
Yes, he
And-
identified it as increasing the range of his dark vision, granting him advantage in all vision-based perception checks, and acts as a weapon of warning. He cannot be surprised.
So
Okay,
he's
then
technically
that's
the
fine.
best suited.
I was going to say, if it was just dark vision, then you've already got it.
No, it extends it out to 120 feet.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, so I will attempt to quietly go through the passageway. And as I get close to the other side, we will start checking for any more slimes, puddings, or various other beings that might be on the other side.
Okay, give me the usual perception check. You don't notice any more black puddings, or flans, or slimes, or gelatinous cubes.
What
You
about
hear-
yogurts?
No, though there might be some sort
Okay.
of moss, slimy moss growing from the very lip of the passage you came through, remnants of the water that lies beyond. To the west, you hear what sounds like a strong wind blowing. But you don't feel it, you only hear it. To the northeast, no particular noise.
I'll explore a little bit towards the west.
Okay, that passage looks like it extends for a little bit before it arrives at whatever is there, but as you near the entryway into this cavern, a very faint tug of a warm air current seems to be exiting the passage. To be clear, we're just talking a nice pleasantly warm, not hot, doesn't smell sulfurous.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wait. Like I said, I'll keep sneaking ahead a little bit, and I'll come back in a few minutes to check and see if the party has gotten through the wall. And we'll just continue up the passageway until like I see some light, or until I hear people chanting or any other strange things going on.
Okay, if you walk down that hallway for a while, I'm on Fantasy Grounds, pay attention to me. you will find it opens into a much larger cavern. Your new dark vision is serving you well because despite the pitch blackness, you can see a fair bit further.
Okay.
And I will calculate exactly how much further as I go along here, because that was a big range boost for you. Throughout the entirety of this cavern, a warm wind swirls. The walls have been worn smooth by its passage over the course of time. It is not a steady stream. It tugs one direction and then another, and just seems in constant motion. You see a number of cultists, recognizably so. They're wearing the robes, as well as feathered cloaks. They stand in various places throughout the cavern, with their arms outstretched, and beneath them are holes from which the wind is rising. They are hovering in place, held by the winds themselves.
I am definitely going back to get everybody and tell them what is going on down here. Doop.
At the edge of where your dark vision extends, you do see a flicker of what looks like torchlight, where most of the cultists are clustered.
Okay, so it's mostly dark in the room up until where the cultists are hanging out.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Right around where the edge of your vision ended, you can see a little puddle of light just in those last 4 big squares.
Okay.
Could you see what color their robes were?
With the light that was there, yes, he identified them as cultists of the Howling Hatred.
Howling hatred, you said.
When I come back, if they are not through the crevice, I'll explore a bit
Well,
more.
about that, Tato, you're a seal and very squish and can squeeze through things. Azeroth, give me either a athletics check or a lower DC acrobatics.
Since we were talking about it before, can I aid him?
I will allow you to aid him.
Let's see.
Give me a strength check or athletics to aid him.
I will go with athletics.
By the way, if you guys haven't checked Fist of Fury, Furry, I added an image. of what
Don't
this
check
must be
it.
Like this must be what it's like.
Don't check it.
And that's about what happens. Now, Tato, you do successfully aid Azeroth, and between the two of you, you push and shove and scrape his way through the shallow crevasse.
Actually, I need to re-roll. Mine should have been at disadvantage.
I don't care. Honestly, he almost made it on his own, and your pushing would have been enough to make the difference.
Athletics is also with a strength modifier, so yeah, I was definitely making that.
I put
And
it
they
on
all
stream
make
for you,
it
Zealous.
through the passage.
Oh my god, what? We got Azra through that hole. It worked.
I'm scared now.
Oh no.
Horrible. Uninstalling.
Oh no.
Okay. Xalos reports cultists to the west. That is not but silence to the northeast. Or you can always go back the way you came.
We're gonna fight Custom Cult. Anyone disagreeing with the cultist? I mean,
No, I think we should. I would say our goal is to stop them. So I don't know what sort of ritual they are doing. It's like the air was alive in the room, so it could be an elemental of some sort. I'd hope to know, but at least we know where they are, and we can go. Put a stop to what they are doing. Correct?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Putting a stop to all of this.
Yep,
everyone
that's-
come through the crevasse. If my tight, shiny, thick armor can make it through, the rest of you can.
Oh no, unless somebody stayed behind, everyone is through.
I guess I'll go through as soon as I can stop with the hiccups.
Nim goes through. And Silver
Okay,
as well.
have you decided which direction you are going?
Up.
Well, I mean, the ceilings are a good 30 feet up, but that's about as far as you can go.
You make
We
me
will follow
sad.
the path in which we will follow the path in which the cultists have gone. Aha.
So we're going towards the danger, correct? So how many cultists did I see over there?
You probably saw at least 5 to 7. It was a little difficult to make out in the darkness.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll come back. I'll let everybody know. Yes, I saw roughly 8 to 9 cultists.
Sounds like they're in for a fun party.
Yes, I think they are.
What
Just
were
keep
they
in
doing?
mind they do control the air, the wind in that room, so there may be strange things are happening in there.
Well, you can always, bash them with the hammer.
I think that'd be a very good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's ambush.
So how many of us are good at sneaking?
I have a range.
Nim
I'll
is.
visit my map. Okay, Tato, I finally got around to coding in your disadvantage on checks for you.
Oh, cool thing.
Okay, so Crickets, are you sneaking ahead to take a look?
I'm sneaking into to the room, as I assume we are all just going with a charge. I think was the plan.
Oof, excuse me. Well,
So I'm just trying to charge quietly.
we're going to try to sneak up on them as best we can before we initiate an attack.
Yes.
Where is
How
it?
how far away were the cultists to each other? Like, were they all bunched up?
They are spread around about 100-foot section diameter. So let's see. If I reveal what you see by and large with the lighting, and then we use our beautiful draw tool to say around here. If you get closer and take a look, you will find that there are around an even dozen of them scattered throughout that area.
You said draw tool, but I see nothing happening on the map.
Neither do I.
Sometimes it shows you guys, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of annoying.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Yep. 3 hours like that. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll relay that information back. I'll turn around and be like, hold up, roughly 12 digits. I'll mime floating in the air. I'll mime like here's this front, there's the back of the cavern. I'm sure it's coming clear as loud and clear as it possibly can. And
Okay,
there's
guys.
absolutely no misunderstandings.
Here's the plan. You guys get behind me, and I'll open up with the spell, and then from there we go on with an attack.
That works. It'd be nice to have Azeroth lead.
I mean, well, just know that I don't know how close I'll be able to get. As long as I'm within 300 feet, yeah. casting range is 300 feet.
Before we
As long as I don't get exploderized again.
I won't be able to. Well, I can't hit them all in one shot, but I can hit a majority of them. I mean,
Before we start fighting, I'm gonna go take back.
well,
Check what now?
What, huh?
Before we start fighting, I'm gonna go take my dog out. Be right back.
Oh.
Stick ups are annoying.
Silence descended upon the party, threatening to overwhelm their sanity, their very ways of life. Would they survive?
Quick, while he's gone, let's tie him up.
Eh,
Then throw him back in that lake.
No, he'll be a valuable meat shield. I mean, a party member. We need to let him live.
Well, you know, the spell
didn't
entitled me
say
throwing him
kill
into the
him.
group of people.
What kind of monster do you think I am?
That would work. I'd have no problem with that if it's.
He's
we're
a
just-
seal. He'll be fine.
That would meet my seal of approval.
Oh my!
I vote instead we do it to Zelos now. And I do want him to drown.
My goodness, we are drowning in the air.
God, you're just as bad as he.
As who?
As the pup. One of the admins for
As I.
ZGF. Pun pup.
It's as I.
As I. Sorry.
Okay, mute yourself.
You forgot.
I have been muting myself. I'm talking. I can't exactly stop it when I'm
You know, you could always do the tried. Wait, you don't know the tried and tested way of removing hiccups, do you?
And how am I going to do that?
Do you have a bottle of water?
Oh.
It only works with a bottle of water.
I
Yep.
don't have any balls of water in my
It
house.
is proven
So
truth.
you
that
have a
if-
sports drink bottle of water.
Oh,
You know,
what?
like one of those sports drink things you put the juice inside and has a little cap on it so you can suck it out whenever you need to.
I guess so.
Then do one of those.
Okay, I'll be right back.
You must flip it through the air so that it lands on its end.
You're horrible.
I have seen it on the internet. Work.
My tried and tested way of this is not internet.
What did do? So what is he going to do?
Oh, well, what you got to do is you have to take a bottle of water, put it to your lips without actually drinking it, and tilt your head up, and then breathe in deeply. Well, not too deep. Breathe in some, and then take a first swallow. Then breathe out. Take another swallow. Breathe in, and like after the third or fourth time, the hiccups stop.
I've never tried that.
Trust me, I have shown it to like 8 different people already, and it has worked on everyone. So I know for a fact it foolproof. At first, I thought it was just something that I found, and it was just a weird thing, but nope. It works on too many people around.
Biologically proven.
I should make a tutorial video. No, I should make a wiki how to.
I should delete my quarterstaff. Because it is gone now.
I mean, it did serve its purpose rather well, I would say.
It did.
You know what the funny thing is? Every time when I was a monk and I brought a quarterstaff with me, I never had an opportunity or a need of it. It's funny to see it one used.
Well, I had it with the intention that like if you need it, it's there, or if you're walking and you need to probe the path in front of you, you have it for that.
Oh no, and the funny thing is, in one of my campaigns, even though I never used it, I ended up getting a Goku staff, one of those, extending staffs. It's like, but I've never used my original one.
Well, to be fair, Goku never used his extendable staff once he got to Dragon Ball Z.
He forgot that thing.
Yeah, no, had no use for it. He had absolutely no use for it after a while. Just like Nimbus. He's got no need for Nimbus, but he still has it.
Instant transmission. Ugh.
Potato's back.
Potato, guess what happened while you were away?
You got a nat 20 on something?
No.
What?
We decided that the spell I'm using is going to cast. Well, the spell I'm going to cast involves you being thrown at them at mock speed head first.
This plan I can get behind.
I refuse.
It's too late. The party has already voted.
This
This is
isn't-
democracy, my friend.
Still debating if that's a smart thing for me to do, though, because when I look at the spell one more time, I'm like, it's only a 20-foot radius. And these blocks are all 10 feet apart, right?
Yeah.
So maybe not. If this was any other area, that would have been a really strong wall. It depends. I don't know where they're standing in there. We can't really see them.
I suppose I could reveal them for you, but technically only Xelos has seen, or Crickets has seen them. So no, Azeroth does not know where they are all standing.
Well, what that would say is, as we get closer, just once we get to the area that you're like, oh, I can see them, just lob it into the back of the group, since we're probably going to.
Problem with that is he has no dark vision, so he can kind of see the light up ahead and a little bit of what's in it.
Yeah, but as we approach, we're going to end up seeing them quite a bit better. Right? Or you could throw the hammer and we'll have a strobe effect. But are you still leading the charge, Azeroth?
I'm gonna have to see them first before I do anything to them. Ouch. But we're all ready, right? Everyone's here, correct?
Yes.
And I assume that those guys have a light on them. They're not walking around in the dark, right?
Oh, they have one dim torch amongst them, but it barely illuminates anything.
Of course, they all have low light vision, figures.
Ah, wait, Azeroth.
Hmm.
Can you use that light on a coin or something?
I mean, fair, but I don't think I could throw a coin from here over, 1 to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet.
If you did a couple of coins, I could hold them into my paws.
You can actually only have one light spell active at a time.
Ah, that is
You have a
problem.
sling?
I was gonna say I could hold it to my paws to keep it dark until I'm close enough to drop it in the middle of the group, or throw it into the middle of the group. Now it would put me at risk.
I'll make a decision.
Does anyone else have
Nim-
light sources?
Like I said,
Yeah, I have my drift globe. Here.
Comes to me, I should have done this, applying a short rest for all of you.
Tato will let Azeroth borrow his drift globe.
what am I
What
gonna
is-
do?
What is drift glow?
Drift globe is a glowing orb that follows. Provides light.
No, I know, but I gotta see them. I mean, having a light around me isn't gonna do me much good.
Alright. take my drift globe back.
No, I think that would be a good idea. Again, if we can, if you can enchant the coin, I can hold it in my paws till I get closer. Drop it into that group. You can stay back. Once you see the coin, the light of the coin, one of you can pull off the drift globe to give all of us light, and we can perhaps get the drop on them.
Well, like I said, I just have to see where they are, or at least a big enough group of them so that way I can get them within this cast. I only have 20 meters of range. Whatever I cast it on and everything around it's going to get hit with the big ice stuff. And yes, it's an ice spell.
We're talking in circles, I feel.
Yes, we are.
Let's just rush them.
Yep, fine. I'll light up a coin for you to throw at them. 300 feet, if they're not stupidly far away, I should be able to cast it. Anyways, but you guys got to be right behind me and ready to go in, because I think they're going to be...
They're probably going to be upset.
It's like hitting a beehive with a stick.
Mm-hmm. All right, I will attempt a stealth roll.
Okay, so attempting to move closer to illumine them.
Well, I'm getting closer to where I can feel like I could be within throwing range of this coin, so...
Okay, well, a thrown improvised object has a range increment of 10 feet, I believe. Meaning it's DC or AC 5 to hit a particular square, and -2 for every range increment beyond the first.
And so it's every 10 feet is a range increment?
Just so. Maximum distance is 10 or 5 range increments, so at most you could throw it 50 feet.
All right, so I'll try to sneak within 40 feet.
If you want to move within 40 feet of the first one, you'll actually want to be about... here.
Okay.
And for you, I will reveal the mass of them, since you are closer now.
And here, GM, since I will be...
So far as you are aware, none of them have seen you yet.
There we go.
I'm supposed to take 4 breaths and then swallow, right?
Oh, no. Oh.
Oh.
The way you have to do it real fast so I can show you a quick tutorial is this a cup you can hold above your head? Yes or no? Just
Yes.
Okie dokie. Gotta lift your head some. When you put it up, hold it to your mouth. Don't exactly drink it. For either breathe in or breathe out, and then take 1 gulp of water, and then breathe in or breathe out, and then take another gulp, and do this like 4 or 5 times. And do it slowly too, okay? And don't remove your mouth from the bottle.
Thanks.
All right,
Okay,
so you
he does that.
All right, so you also said you did tell us that you're using a cold ice spell, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna drink my potion of cold resistance.
It's 20 feet as long as I have some view of whatever one of these targets who's 300 feet away from me.
Oh, it's 20 feet. Never mind then. Okay, I thought you said it was like 300.
No, I
feet
have a range of 300 feet.
Oh, okay.
But it only has a 20. Radius.
Okay, I'm good then. All right. Yeah, so I'll get there. I will attempt to land that coin between in that little where the dark squares meet in front of initiate 8. So that should be 10, 20, 30, 40 feet.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You'll have a -6 on the attack.
Okay. And I'll what the heck? I'll see if I'm feeling lucky.
If something's visible,
I'll be honest, you shouldn't need it. Even if you miss, it'll just land a little bit off of where you want it to be.
And all I need to do is see one of them, and that one is just going to get hit with an ice spell.
All right, so -6. Doop.
You hit. It nestles nicely between those 4 cultists there.
Which ones?
Azeroth, from where you are, you should be able to see them.
Good guys. Get ready, I'm going in hard.
Xelos, or Crickets, sorry, you are closer. You may give me a quick perception if you like.
Sure.
None of them reacted to the coin.
Good.
Oh.
I have to roll the
That's
cast
strange.
I didn't mean to click it, but shit.
If you drag it on to the 4 that would be in that spell's area, it will automatically apply the saving throw for them.
Okay.
Furthermore, if you drag the save and then the damage, it will apply any reduction to the damage from the save.
Okay, so I'm sorry, you threw it near 8, correct?
Yeah. It was between 8 and
So those
2,
4
or 7.
Those 4 cultists on the bottom right are the ones that are clearly illuminated.
Okay, so then they're and everything within. Well, I'm gonna try to aim for 8, and everything within a 20 meter.
Well, I would go between. You don't have to target a specific creature. You target a location. So if you hit the same spot that coin landed, then you will hit all 4 of them.
Okay. Well, that's my goal. Seeing as that's the only 4 I see, I will hit that. I will do that for each one of them. Yeah, you take a hit.
You take a hit. You make a saving throw.
And I roll the damage on, all 4 of them, one at a time?
One at a time.
Oh no. Should I say?
Oh!
Actually, let's say it was 7 and 5 that made the saving throws. It really works better if you roll the save and then roll the damage.
Oh, sorry.
Because then it applies properly to sack them. Unless you win it in reverse. No, it did apply properly, so yes. Even with a half damage, you instantly killed all 4 of them.
Wow. So you're saying we spent all this time trying to figure something out.
And they were just moots, yes.
Yep. Hey, best sort of moots.
That said, as the rain of rock-hard hailstones, as they are described, I imagine most of these are at least fist-sized. Pounds from the stone ceiling, which, by the way, this cavern has a ceiling about 70 feet above the floor.
The ice reaches up to 40 feet high, so
yes. The others finally stir from their meditative trance.
Hey.
I would like initiative rolls from everyone.
Do we still get the surprise attack initiative?
That was your surprise attack.
Woohoo!
I was gonna say technically they shouldn't be able to see us yet. I don't know.
Well, they may not have identified each of you individually,
but they know some shit's going down.
The fight has already begun.
My initiative is getting disadvantaged too.
Yes, because it should be.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna.
Initiative is basically an ability check, according to the rules that are written in, at least.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've applied an effect that has disadvantage on all ability checks, which is exactly what the fatigue is giving you.
Yep.
All right. New initiative round. Howling Hatred Priest is up. And oh heavens, what will I do?
Darn it, one of them had to get the highest initiative. We were supposed to really sneaky and fade.
I hope he was wearing his brown robes today.
Actually, he is quite glad he put on his red robes because he anticipates making a few of you bleed.
Little does he know, I can cast this another time.
All right. The priest makes some lovely arcane gestures, and a cloud of shifting dust and debris materializes in a location that I will let you know once I find an appropriate token. Ooh, this one works. Right there. Well, not there, but shows up right in front of... Actually, he hasn't necessarily seen crickets yet. Let's roll that quick perception. He doesn't notice you, but he knows someone's there, so he'll plop it down over there.
What was he putting down again? I'm sorry.
You're not necessarily... He's moving my dust devil. Stop moving my dust devil. It is a swirling cloud of dust and debris. Sort of like a small whirlwind.
Oh, okay.
And aside from that, he will hold an action. Crickets, it is your turn.
Alright. We shall go 1, 2, 3, 4. And looks like a initiate number 4 will be struck with a feast of unbroken air. Yes, I'm going to try to kill an air priest with an air ability.
They won't expect it.
I'll burn that extra. Actually, you know what? I don't think I will use the extra key on the back. Sorry.
Well, he failed.
Sorry.
So.
Ah, crap! I did it anyway. Fuck. Sorry, I should have dropped those dice somewhere else.
Okay, what was the difference in damage?
1d8. Or 1d10.
So only one of the d10s, so total damage taken would be 20 instead of 28.
Yeah.
Although you didn't actually roll it on anyone that I saw.
Do you want me to roll it on him directly?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it again without the extra die.
Boop.
Okay, you punch him so hard with your ephemeral fist that his head snaps back and you hear the distinct crackle of his neck breaking.
Did he make his save?
Oh no, he entirely failed his save.
So that will launch his body backwards.
Not quite far enough to hit anybody, but
Okay,
it definitely
okay.
leaves an impression.
Surprise, motherfucker! I'll pass my turn.
Unfortunately for you, his friend is still here. And you have now revealed yourself, so before his friend acts, the Howling Hatred Priest takes his held action. And the Dust Devil moves right up to you. As it collides with you, if I can wade through his excessively long list of spells, you need to give me a strength save, but you fail handling. You take a little bit of bludgeoning damage and are yourself knocked back 5 feet.
What is this?
You tried to beat a wind priest at the wind magic game. That said, unfortunately for you, you are the only opponent visible.
Mm-hmm.
So this fellow will move forward and attempt to exact vengeance for his friend, whom you slew most mercilessly, by throwing a dart at you. Nim, could I get a ranged piercing weapon crit card, please?
Might be my last bit of luck, but I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Would you like to cancel the crit?
It's a dart. How much damage can it do?
It's not about what it
I would like
does.
to note I tried to roll to clear the crit and crit again, so this guy is on fire.
I made him very angry.
Are you clearing the crit or no?
Yeah, no, because nah, fuck it, let's let it go. Let's do this.
All right.
Let it go.
We're doing it live.
Who's healed?
Yay.
For the next 1d4 rounds, you must make a Constitution saving throw when attempting to move 5 feet or more. On a failed save, you fall prone.
All
right.
What was that
Normal
called
damage.
again?
Who's
Carpal
healed?
tunnel? Oh, it hit me in the heel.
I'll send the DC to you, Mahal.
DC, well, yeah, it'll have a custom for the card. All right. The
DC
dart
58.
hits you and discharges a burst of crackling electricity. You find yourself unstable as the aftershocks course through your body, making
Oh,
you...
fuck, I forgot about something.
Watch your language, boy.
I forgot about... Oh, where's it at? Deflect missiles!
My trump card.
Starting at a 3rd level, you can use your reaction to deflect or catch the missile. When you are hit by a ranged weapon, attack 20 to 60 feet.
Well, he did
When you
stop
do
it.
so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk level.
Unfortunately, I do have a rule of once it has fully
that's fine,
occurred,
that's fine,
no more
that's fine.
takebacks, but
I'm just saying if they
far
if they
from
do
saying
this
this is the only one with a dart, so for
Yep.
future remembrance, that is a good thing. Azeroth, you see your monk friend over in the corner, and you see him because he is currently outlined in crackling electricity as his muscles spasm uncontrollably.
Boo. It doesn't really show me where else anything is here. I guess do I notice anything else, or do I notice any of the other priests? Because technically I still have no vision of anything other than that area. Wait, yeah.
Give me a perception check for that.
Skill. Oh, this way.
No, you can't really see anything. You noticed the presence of that howling hatred. Wrong person to move forward, though. I wanted you. There we go. Notice that initiate that threw at Xelos. Crickets. Damn it. But you can't quite tell where he is because it's dark over there. Your hailstorm, by the way, put out the torch they had. So all you have is the illumination from that coin, which currently leaves everybody else in shadow.
Can I try something creative?
Depends on what you're trying.
Can I light up one of my crossbow bolts and fire it off in that direction?
You can. It would take 2 turns.
I haven't moved.
But last I checked, light was itself a standard action to cast.
I thought it was a cantrip.
Firing a crossbow, cantrips don't necessarily take move actions or swift. Most of them take standard. Unless otherwise noted, a spell is always a standard action.
Yeah, that's a nice standard action then.
So standard action, and yes, it is 1 action to cast light.
Well, then by that
It
time,
is an action to shoot the crossbow.
Yeah, by that time, what's his name will be able to give us light source with his thing. Well, if that's the case, then.
Okay, we will need to stop in about 45 minutes, by the way.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Well, what I can do is heal him from the distance because I can at least see him, correct?
Not really, but you can see where he is, which I will say is good enough.
Well, he gets a mate. Yeah, he gets a
Alright.
healing ward for you.
I thought we were going another hour, so I guess I'll dump out the rest of this 5 hours.
Shit. Anyways, I'm gonna heal him up with this. Let's heal us. There you go,
Doesn't
buddy.
5 hour taste horrible?
It does. I didn't drink it for its taste.
They're shots, so you're meant to just literally just down it all in one go.
Yeah, quickly.
You can put it in water too.
It's a
If
weak
it's like-
heal, but that's all you get.
If
It's
it's like
better than
really
nothing.
vile.
Alright, if you are finished with your turn, Azeroth, pass it and we'll keep going. Okay. We have action from you that at least tells other people where you are. So they will begin moving in that general direction. And Azeroth, I think you're actually a little bit closer to this one when he makes his movement, so you are the target of his lovely new spell. Congratulations.
Oh, they're within coin range.
How can they see so far with low level light vision? Anyways,
One would wonder. Fortunately for you, the crackling bolt of electricity flies over your head. Elysian.
Yes. Can I hit them from here?
What's the range increment on your bow?
It's a short bow and I completely forgot.
well, you wouldn't be able to. Oh, there. Never mind. They're actually within the source of my light. So never mind.
Well, they are now that they've moved.
No, that's what I'm saying. At first, I told him he couldn't hit them at all, and I was like, no, wait, never mind.
Short bow, 8320.
Okay, so they are currently 60 feet away from you, which is within your first range increment. No, closer to 70, but Hey.
That one.
okay, you hit Howling Priest number 2. Actually, just a sec, let me check something.
If you want a technicality, you can see about here.
I think I did the water thing wrong and I can't really be bothered to do it right now.
Yep. If you chucked it all in one sitting, then you
Actually, as your arrow streaks toward the priest, he raises his hand in an arcane gesture, and it bounces off.
Freudleben!
You hush, Mister.
Darn that arcane jester.
Arcane Jester, yes, that is his. He's the jokester in the barracks at night. Always telling the jokes and performing the acrobatics.
You know my
What?
next step is to go over there and stab you, right?
Well, I don't know that he knows that. He hasn't really met you before. Cricket, you are unfortunately the only one in range, but he's going to take the -2 penalty and throw another dart at you.
Hey, this time I know the ability I will roll.
Okay, well, that was a hit, so if you would like to attempt to deflect the dart.
I would. I just gotta tally up how much the total is against. That's 5, 8, 13. So again,
Okay.
the way it works is
The way it works is you will negate 17 damage.
Yep.
Beat his damage output by 1.
And if I spend a key, I can throw it back at him. So
You may do so.
let's do that just for fun.
Give yourself a ranged attack roll against Seeker number 2.
All right.
Well, Initiate Seeker number 2. The guy who was directly north of you.
Luckily, I actually have a dart. Well, I shouldn't use that because it'll take. I can untick the ammo. Okay, yeah. Finally, so which one again?
The one that is closest to you to the north. Yes.
Okay. Number 2, right?
I will roll the damage if you hit him.
Boop. Crickets is not having a good night, people.
Fumble.
He's like, aha! Oh no!
2 for 2 on the fumble. Actually, 3 if you count that roll for chance to get a good item if you failed the hat.
Yeah. He's like, aha!
Hesitation.
Oh no! Oh no!
You lose your bonus and extra attacks on your next turn.
Oh, no.
So you'll still have a standard action, just,
No bonuses and no crits.
You hesitate while throwing the dart and release it too late. It sticks to the ground at your feet, unleashing a little zat of energy that makes you jump in surprise. You're a little off balance.
I feel nothing but shame.
Guard 2 moves closer to the combat. Tato.
Yay, it's finally my turn.
Tato, just keep in mind you only have vision on guard 1, guard 2, and maybe initiate hatred, howling hatred initiate 2. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Howling hatred guard 1, howling hatred priest 2, and the hatred initiate seeker. Because of my coin. You get that?
That's fine. I'm gonna take out my long bow and I'm gonna fling some arrows at the.
Oofada.
So I can see Howling Hatred Priest 1, right?
You can
I
see...
forgot, like, half.
I think you can see Howling Hatred Priest 2.
Priest 2, the guy above him is guard 1, and the bottom left guy is hatred initiate seeker 2. If I could draw, I would draw, but for some reason, no.
Okay. You hit with the first, miss on the second.
And I will cast Slayer's Prey on Howling Hatred Priest.
Alright, team.
Nim finally gets to go. He will move up to here and do a moon flare.
You hit.
Stinky.
Mamushka.
I've been calling my dog Stinky because she's stinky. She needs a bath.
All right. This particular seeker oops. Stop doing that. Let's see. I don't think they can quite get close enough to throw a dart at anyone, so they will hold their action for the moment.
And silver. We'll move up there and that's it.
Good, we're back to the priest's turn. They are going to attack. I'm sorry, crickets, but once again, you're the only one that they know where is.
No, that is fine.
Hey,
And
Nim a shot.
well, yes, but they know exactly where you crickets is. They move forward a little bit and miss you with a crackling bolt of electricity. Crickets, it is your turn. Recall that if you attempt to move more than 5 feet, you need to make a Constitution saving throw or fall flat on your ass.
But I still get the standard action, correct?
Correct, sir.
Alright, which one threw the crackling bolt?
That would be the Hatred Initiate Seeker 1, which is northwest of you.
Alright, I am going to stay in place, and he is going to be catching a Feast of Unbroken Air. Doop.
They succeed on their save. Go and roll for the damage.
It only takes half then.
Well, half is enough. You knock him out.
Bam. And
Although,
then
I think you rolled it on the wrong one.
What? I thought you said it was the initiate.
Northwest of you, I said. You hit him north.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
It's okay. I'll just swap their places.
Alright, and then I would have passed my turn.
Since you missed the Seeker 2, which is the one you actually hit on the tracker, he had no damage done to him anyway, so.
Okay.
Outside, it is Seeker 2's turn. Or Seeker 1, as he is known now, for he was recently promoted.
Mhm.
And he has one more dot up his sleeve. Hit. Do you have another use of your deflection, or is that used up?
That
for
is
this period?
that is a reaction. Boop.
It is really
reduce the damage by
annoying to
15.
try. It is really annoying to try and hit a monk with ranged weapons.
Oh, I'm aware. Unfortunately, they have all been focusing on the creature that they know is there. I mean, yes, Nim cast a spell, and a couple of arrows have flown at them, but their vision here is somewhat limited anyway. So you manage to deflect the dot. Would you like to spend a key point to toss it back?
Nah, no, I'm just gonna deflect it from this point on.
Alright, Azeroth.
Now, when they start throwing lightning bolts again, that's a different story. I don't think I can deflect lightning. If I could, that'd be fucking awesome.
You remember how they do it in what's it? They redirect
Avatar?
it in
Mhm.
Avatar. Yeah, The Last Airbender. That was.
Unfortunately,
always
you don't know how to combine water bending with your fire bending, so Azeroth, please go.
Anyways, I mean, they're all stacked on top of my ice thing. I could do another one of those and probably wipe out 4 of them.
do it.
For sure, you prepared 2 of them today.
Yeah, I have 2 level 4 spells.
Yes, but you need to choose which ones you're preparing. That's how a cleric works. You can't just cast all of your 4th level spells.
Oh, so I can only cast it once?
Well, remember, you prepare your spells. You say, I'm going to prepare 2 of these today and 3 of these today.
Actually, no. In 5th edition, he chooses what
You're right,
spells
what
to.
spells you have access.
I was about to say, when
Yeah.
did that change? I've been doing.
And
How the hell have
because
I
I
been
was
casting
thinking
four?
of my Pathfinder group I was yelling at for this earlier. Go ahead and cast it again.
I've
You
been
can hit
casting
oh, shit.
like 8
4 of
times
them up
on
in that
one.
cluster.
You do have a limit on how many spells total
Yeah.
you can prepare per day.
I have marked my spells when I have used so
Okay.
far. I have all my charges of 1. I have 2
No,
charges
you're right.
of 2, 1 charge of
I
3.
was crossing streams, setting up a new Pathfinder session. I had to warn a new player about it. That's why it was on my mind. You can hit those
Shit.
4 in the same effective area, a little bit
Actually,
further
I think
north.
I think he can hit all of them.
Technically,
No,
no.
he can hit 4 at most. Given, remember these are 10-foot squares.
Yeah, but it's got a 20-foot diameter, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's fine. Each one of these
So-
blocks is 10 feet. The only one I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to hit is the Howling Hatred Guard 2 if I really wanted to. But if I were to aim somewhere where the priest Howling Hatred Priest 2 is, I technically could probably.
Yeah, you could hit that little cross section underneath.
Just know that's the last of my big spells. I mean, if we run into another big group of people, stuck the heels and just freaking little attacking.
By all means, use
Like I
your
said,
last spell.
last major big spell. I can't really big spell the rest of them. I mean, technically, Fireball is a level 3 spell that I can still cast outwards, but still.
Fireball actually would be great, considering we have all this open area.
Yeah, I know, but goodness knows what's going to happen, and I'd rather hold on to at least one level 3 spell.
Okay.
Seeing as I probably shouldn't have used my last one. I mean, I only healed one person with that little dinky heal. Anyways, whatever. Fine. If you guys want an Ice Storm, I'll give you an Ice Storm.
You
Go
do what you
roll
want.
these saves, and then roll the damage.
Do you want me to roll one at a time? I mean, roll the thing and then
No,
damage?
it'll keep track of who saved against what. So
Okay, good.
you
Well,
can batch,
one.
drag and drop.
Him, and just barely nick this guy. And then, wrong one. Damn it. You.
Oh, good. My priest saved.
Oh.
By switching to Geico?
Well, actually, Geico wasn't available down here. He had to go with one of the rip-off brands.
Okay. It looks like, 2 of them survived. Wow.
Actually, 3 of them survived.
Nice.
Still, very effective, and you have expanded the area of difficult terrain they have to crawl through to reach you. But do recall that a large portion of that is now difficult terrain.
Yep.
Another incessant pounding of hailstones sends more of them to a very early retirement. If you are finished past the turn.
Yeah, can't. No. But, boop. Although that is all my level 4 spells, do not expect a level 4 any from me. Almost like I could sleep.
Hatred Guard 1 advances just as far as he can. Hatred Guard 2 has you just within range of his shocking... No, not shocking grasp. Where are you? Witch Bolt. There you are. And he is less than pleased with you for some reason. These priests can't hit anything. Elysian, it is your turn.
Good. I'm definitely going to hit them, though. Hopefully. Maybe.
Nim, can we get a fumble for a ranged piercing weapon on Elysian?
Oh, no.
A lot of ones today, guys. Including me.
This is what you get for disturbing the very deep and spiritual meditation practice. What did they ever do to you?
Try and destroy the world. Also kill me multiple times.
Yeah, but these ones didn't try to kill you. And, I mean, who doesn't try to destroy the world at least once in their lives? It's practically a midlife crisis.
Take extra care,
Oof.
make sure all the artifacts I grab won't end the world.
Was this a bow?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Overdraw.
Sir,
If this attack was made with a bow, take 1d10 damage and make a dexterity check. Dexterity save. On a failed save, lose a portion of your ear.
Elysian, go ahead and make that very important save.
It's a good thing I have a high modifier.
I think you made it. I was going to
The
increase the
DC
damage.
was
if you failed
30.
it.
The DC
Really?
was not 30.
No, it was 14.
Damn. Elysian, you take 10 damage, or 8 damage from the snap of your bowstring.
But you live to heal
7.
clearly with all rage.
But you manage to jerk your head aside and not tear off a portion of your left ear.
You
You
mean,
okay, Grandpa?
wait, was it my left or right that already was
I was going to say, it might be
partially
your
torn off?
right. I shoot left-handed, but you would be a right-handed wielder.
Yeah. Yeah,
Common
you mean
hatred
taking off the
guard
rest
number
of my
2
ear.
can finally reach the monk who has been annoying him. No, his rapier is just not quite fast enough to catch your supreme reflexes. Tato,
It is only natural.
you just try giving these guys attack boosts or something.
I'm going to throw my spear at the howling hatred guard.
Okay, make a ranged weapon attack.
I want it to stick in and
Well, ranged piercing crit card for Tato, please.
awesome.
Can I go now? I'm done. I think we should stop for the night. Everyone's dice just needs to reload on life.
Target practice. A maximum damage, and any enemy of the target within range may make an attack of opportunity against it.
Well, no attack of opportunity, but maximum damage from the spear.
I mean, within range.
Range for an opportunity attack, mind. Well, with the wording, I might allow it.
Especially
Elysian,
since
you
it's
have a
a
ranged
ranged
weapon out.
Yeah.
So I will allow you with the snap attack of opportunity if you want to spend your reaction on it.
Very much I do. Going to
Tato,
kill one.
real quick, Tato, in the upper right, you see where it says +/- the little button?
Actually, I was just going to apply 14 damage to him.
Well, Tato can just do max right there.
Okay,
Saves
fine.
you the effort.
Let's teach him how to do it. Well, I mean, I've already done the effort, but we'll teach him how to do it.
Tato,
Also,
you there?
roll to clear the crit.
Oh, yep, rolled to clear the crit. Boop.
Okay, in the upper right, you'll see a button that is +/-. You click on that, and then under damage, there's the max. Click that, and then roll your damage onto him.
And while he's doing that, Elysian, go ahead and make your attack.
Oh,
Or, no, you
doesn't
make
matter.
your attack. That,
No, I didn't.
that wasn't an attack. What was that?
That was clear the crit.
No, Tato needed to
Oh.
roll to clear his crit.
Oh, okay.
I already
You just
did.
used that.
Okay, which one am I actually attacking? Guard one?
Nobody, he's dead.
Ow.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, I guess I wasn't needed then.
My spear went right through his heart. He is
dead.
Tato, if you're finished, advance the round. Let's see if we can finish this combat before it's time to disperse.
I'm actually going to fire an arrow at the priest and
Okay, fine. Give me one moment. Well, no, never mind. Doesn't matter. Go ahead, roll your damage. Kill my priest before he can finish his awesome game-ending spell.
that's the plan. Yep.
Only I'm allowed to cast the game enders.
Oh, I actually still have an extra 1d6 for him.
He still has one hit point left, you fool!
All
Nim.
you guys are your ones.
Dim, eat.
Okay.
For once, Zimmy
Keep
actually
in mind, a
helps.
third portion of that was difficult terrain. I think you still have the movement for it, though.
Did I bite him?
Yeah, you bit him. Even with his shield spell, it wasn't quite enough to deter. You beat that by 1, actually.
Oh, I
Okay,
didn't mean to do.
Nim rushes up, scrabbling over the hailstones, and bites the throat out of Howling Priest number 2. You are quite finished. Please pass the initiative. I mean, pass it to yourself, but still.
And all these squares are 10 feet still, right?
10 feet, and pretty much 1 square beyond where Silver is now is difficult terrain. Difficult terrain meaning, well, actually, that area you're in would have been clear, so, yes.
You should really draw little circles, you know.
I thought about it, but effort.
Meh. Silver will use his code breath.
For a moment there, I thought you said toad breath.
Oh no. I don't know which one would be worse, honestly.
Well, if you think of it like Toad in Final Fantasy games, then it's terrible. Actually, wait, that's Frog, I think.
It depends.
I think it is Frog.
Depends on
Alright.
the game, then.
Now that that's done, another Witch Bolt is fired off at Zealous. Can I hit you this time? No, I can't. Because a 5, no matter what its bonus at this level, will not manage it. Crickets!
Yeah, I think.
Oh, no, sorry, he had one more thing he could do. Move action, he advances his little Dust Devil. It slams you back into the wall, and you take a little bit of damage. Well, I apply that. Go ahead and take your turn.
All right. I will take a 5 foot. Is it? No, wait, no. So is it a 5 foot step or more than 5 feet?
If you move more than 5 feet, you have to make the save.
We're gonna have to try it because I'm out the range of punching this guy, and that's all I've got right now is a punch. So I'll attempt to move up and punch this man. Which saving throw is it again? Wisdom?
Constitution. Okay, that will manage it. So
Alright.
you can step up.
And I forget how many turns was the not being able to do all my attack.
It's just the
Just
one turn.
one.
Okay. All right. So I will unleash my fury.
Miss. And a hit. And a hit.
All right. Uno. Dos.
Dead. All that remains is the Howling Priest. And the Dust Devil.
Then I pass my turn.
Zeroth, you've blown your last major spell for the day, and one of the enemies is still alive.
Should be able to fire a crossbow from here, right?
Correct.
Okay. That is what he gets. Good.
You lob a crossbow bolt, it flies way over his head, and I assume you take your bonus action to reload.
Alright.
Please again.
What? Yes, sorry, not what. And he's going to get an arrow to the face because I can't run to actually stab him.
You liar. You said you were going to run up and stab him next. Foul.
Yes, that was before I realized that I probably couldn't actually make that.
Well, that did hit,
Yes.
so go ahead
It
and
just-
roll for damage.
Barely outside of that. Nice.
You hit him. Move on.
Yay. Tato's turn.
Yay. Can we get a quick rundown on what's going on with this 10-foot area? Is that the illumination?
That is the difficult terrain. It costs double movement to pass through it.
Go around, go around.
I don't need to. I have my boat.
Technically, isn't this your native area? Would it still be considered rough terrain for you at all?
Inside caves aren't my.
Yeah, his subterranean has been actual glacier. A hit and a miss, by the way.
And I'll hit him with my Slayer's Breath.
And nom 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 nom.
You cannot actually move there because it's difficult terrain, my friend.
I have 40 feet of movement.
That's in where you were. Okay,
I
so
was
technically you can
right here,
hustle your
so
way there.
20,
No, you're fine.
40.
I was thinking that you'd move to the other spot, but fortunately I don't think diagonals cost more in this game, so
They do not.
yeah, for reduced realism. You hit, and you hit a little bit of damage. Fine. You munch him, he goes away. You have vanquished the foes within the current cavern. Nim, you're close enough, and Xelos can probably pick up a little bit of it. To the east, and just a little bit north of you, you hear the crackling of thunder and those occasional flashes of lightning that you first saw when entering the Howling Caves. Or no, I'm sorry, it's a different area. Forget what I just said. There is a deep chasm to the east of you. You have a path leading off to the north. You can go back the way you came to the east. Or to the west of you is a deep chasm that opens up. We will pick up there next week. I assume that, as most adventurers do, you would like to loot the room.
Probably, yeah.
Unfortunately,
What
aside
hobo
from
do you think I am? Of course I do.
We
the
are all
robes themselves, many of which are now stained with blood, you find 8 feathered capes. You will have 8 plain cultist robes, 2 that are somewhat more armored and marginally more detailed, and 2 priest robes. Weapons are largely daggers on most of them, with a rapier on each of the gods, and one of the seekers had a throwing dart left.
I will take the dart.
Okay, I will drag the item into your inventory.
And I'll carry all the other stuff.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The other ones had one as well. You will find a total of 5 darts.
Are you okay with me having these guys?
I don't know, they're pretty shiny.
Yim doesn't care. He can't do anything
Let's see
with
if they
them.
actually have these in the items.
I've already got darts in my inventory. I can just tick off 5.
Oh, but these are not ordinary darts.
Oh.
These
my.
are seeker darts. They act as a normal dart, except when thrown, they deal an extra 3d4 lightning damage.
Oh, shit.
That is what they
Tato,
hit you with that crit. The extra damage obviously only applies once. They become ordinary darts afterwards.
Jado will recover his arrows and spear. How many arrows can I recover? I fired like 5, I think.
As far as I'm concerned, you can recover all of them, unless you shoot them into an abyss or, I don't know, attack an acidic amorphous blob with them.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go to try to recollect. Or
Alright, secret darts have been added to your inventory. Does anybody actually care about recovering the standard weapons that they carried?
Nope.
Sure.
No.
I don't mind. I can sell them, and I can take them back.
For
Actually,
pennies, and they're very heavy.
well then, fine. I'll leave those be, but I'll carry all the excess junk, like some of those extra feather garbs, whatever they were, feather robes.
Go ahead and just add however many you want to take of the feathered capes. The capes themselves are probably about 7 pounds, and the robes are about the same. So again, you had 8 initiate robes, 2 god's robes, and 2 priest robes for the Howling Hatred. They did not have any other worldly possessions on them because they were here for a nice, peaceful afternoon of contemplative meditation.
well, that's what happens when you try and blow up the world, whatever you're trying to do.
I gotta side with Tato on this. No remorse. Alright.
I'm just saying, it was very rude of you.
Well, they're rude for trying to end the world.
Okay, I do need to know before we close out, how many of those robes or cloaks are you taking?
How many can I carry legally?
Well, how much total weight are you carrying right now compared to your maximum? You're currently carrying 174.83 pounds of your maximum of 285. That said, we haven't added all the items yet, so let's see. Still helmet, I'm going to say that's 4 pounds.
Guys, I think we need to go back to that. I say we go back so I can sell all these robes and stuff.
No.
I'm going to tell you now, the robes are not going to be worth anything.
Oh well. Well, then I should drop the older robes that I have already.
Well, you were originally picking them up, I believe, for
camouflage, yeah. But I mean, hey, we're not going to need to initiate a fire people's robes anymore. We're not going to their place less. I know. We can always swap for the wind people's. Unless we want to go for it. Screw the whole stealthy stuff and just go for like full frontal attack.
Wait a minute, well, I actually, because you apparently had a large number of objects in your inventory with no weight to them. Didn't you serve the bloodstone wine at the feast?
We did serve some, but I took 1 extra bottle or so with me. Well,
okay, I'll leave you with only 1 bottle.
how many bottles did I have? Sheesh.
2 dozen.
Well, then, I drunk 2 dozen one time.
Alright, you are now overburdened.
Well, I said drop the old robes that we had and take the new ones.
Well, the old robes were from numerous cults.
Yeah, no, but did we just beat down a new cult here?
Yes, and there are plenty of robes available. You had to decide which ones you'd like.
Hey, I'm starting to crash. Can I go to bed?
Go to bed, we'll argue this out with him.
Good.
At present, you need to lose 6 pounds, otherwise you won't be able to move.
Well,
we'll deal with this off stream, I think. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for joining us for Fists of Furry Dungeons and Dragons. I will be back tomorrow with the first stream of our Twitch Plays D&D. So do come on by for that. You all will be controlling our kobold mascot Zrax on his adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Thank you so much, Zelos, for the multiple subscriptions. That was incredible of you.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yes, it was.
We all
50
need more
subscriptions
emotes.
later.
Ignore that.
We all need more emotes.
Yes, more emotes. And yeah, that's about it. Definitely come by tomorrow. I literally cannot do the stream tomorrow without you guys. So be active in the chat tomorrow. Thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you all a very fond adieu.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
That is 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern, Lady Faye. 6 Central, 4 Pacific. You know. Anyways, see you all tomorrow.